Good morning, students. I hope you all are good at your places. Now, today we are going to start our next chapter of English grammar, that is chapter 4, titled The Noun. Now, this topic you have already done in your previous classes also. So, what are nouns? Nouns are names of persons, places, animals, or things. Fine. Or, in simple words, we can also say that nouns are the naming words. Now, there are five types of nouns which we do in this chapter, that is, proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns, material nouns, and abstract nouns. So, first we'll do proper nouns. What are proper nouns? Proper nouns are the names of specific persons, places, animals, or things. Fine. Now, you must remember that a proper noun always begins with a capital letter, and proper nouns does not require any article to be used before them, but there are certain proper nouns which are accompanied by the article the. Like, for example, we say the Hindus, or we say the Muslims, the Christians, the Arabian Sea, the Punjab, and so on. Fine. And also the your days of the week, names of the newspapers, or the months, languages, and festivals, all these are proper nouns. Now come to the second type of nouns are common nouns. What are common nouns? Common nouns are the names given in common to any and every person or thing of the same class or kind. For example, if I say boy, boy I mean any boy, na? That is not a particular one. If I say Ram, then Ram will be a proper noun because I am specifying a particular name of a boy. But if I say boy, then in boy any boy can come, so boy will be common noun. In the same way, teacher, teacher can be any teacher, whether male or female. Or if I say my name Mrs. Rekha Fogart, then Mrs. Rekha Fogart will be proper noun. But if I say teacher, then teacher will come under common noun. And one thing that you have to remember in case of proper nouns and common nouns is that a proper noun will become a common noun when it denotes a class of persons or things and is used in a descriptive sense. Means a proper noun will become a common noun if it is used in a descriptive sense. For example, if I say Kalidas is the Shakespeare of India, here we mean that the Kalidas is the greatest dramatist in India, like the Shakespeare. Means we are comparing Kalidas with Shakespeare, who was the greatest dramatist in England. Fine. Now, the next type of nouns are collective nouns. What are collective nouns? Now, collective nouns are names of a group or collection of things or persons of the same kind taken together and described as a whole. Means if we take things of a same kind or persons of the same kind as a whole, then they will come under collective noun. For example, a group of sheep is called flock. So, flock will be collective noun. A collection of soldiers is army. Then army will also come under collective nouns. Fine. Now there is a difference between collective noun and noun of multitude. What is the difference? Collective noun denotes an undivided whole. So it is followed by a singular verb. Means collective noun is always followed by a singular verb because it is an undivided whole. But a noun of multitude denotes individuals of a group. They are denoted as a group. Since the members are referred to, therefore plural verb is used. So we are talking about members of a group. So we use plural verb here in case of noun of multitude, but in case of collective noun we use singular verb. Fine. Now the fourth type of nouns are material nouns. What are material nouns? Material nouns are the names of matter or substances of which things are made. Means the substance of which the things are made, then those substances will come under material noun. For example, a table is made of wood. Here wood is what? Material noun. And table is what? Table is common noun. Clear? So these are material nouns. And also same way, like I say, ring is made of gold. Now ring can be common noun. Fine. But gold will be material noun because it is the substance of which a ring is made. Now the fifth type of nouns are abstract nouns. What are abstract nouns? The first thing you have to remember in abstract nouns is that we cannot see or touch abstract nouns. Fine. They cannot be seen or touched, but they can be only felt or thought of. So what is an abstract noun? An abstract noun represents the words that express some feelings, quality or state. Means the words which express the quality or state are called abstract nouns. For example, joy, honesty, childhood. So joy is a feeling, so it will be an abstract noun of feeling. And honesty is a quality, it will also come under abstract noun and of quality, like in quality. And state is childhood, adulthood, so this will also come under abstract noun. Fine. And the names of arts and science, for example, grammar, music, physics and chemistry, these also come under abstract nouns. So I hope these 5 types of nouns are clear to you. Now regarding these types of nouns, we have been given with these exercises. Like in first exercise, what you have to do, you have to just classify the nouns in the following sentences. Fine. In exercise 2, you have to complete the following phrases by choosing suitable collective nouns from the box. Means this is the help box given to you and you have to choose a suitable collective noun in order to fill here. Like a dash of sheep means a flock of sheep we can write. A dash of cattle, a herd of cattle. Fine, like this you have to do this exercise. Now in exercise 3rd, what you have to do? You have to pick out proper nouns. Remember, pick out only proper nouns. Fine. Now in exercise 4, 12 abstract nouns are given to you and their opposites are also given. Means this is one box and this is another box. So you have to match the abstract nouns with their opposites. Like for example, innocence is abstract noun and you have to match it with its opposite like guilt. Same way you have to write down here. Means one from nonsense from here and you have to choose its opposite from this and write down here. Clear? Now come to exercise 5. Exercise 5 is complete the following table. Here adjective is given to you and you have to write down its noun. And in some cases, noun is given to you and you have to write down its adjective. Now come to exercise C. In exercise C, fill in the blanks with suitable collective nouns given in the box. Means collective nouns are given to you in the help box and you have to fill those collective nouns which are suitable in a particular one. Like a teacher has a whole dash of books. So what will come here? Library will come here. Fine. In this way you have to do this exercise. Now today we will do up to here only. Fine. And in our next lecture we will do the remaining chapter. So till then, try out these exercises. Thank you.